All right, cool. I'm just gonna take it from the top. Okay, going up a whole measure. Okay, we're gonna do a half measure on this one. All right. I think we're good.
Oh, hey guys, how you doing?
I didn't know you were there. What's going on,
Didn't
guys?
see you there.
Hey,
dropping my pen.
Yeah. Well, we're the dudes. If you guys haven't checked out some of our stuff, check it out below or beside, wherever it is located on this little page you're viewing. And I don't know whether.
What if it's never there? What if there's nothing there? What if I delete everything? And this is the first video. No, come back. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
My Charizard will make you sweat. I'm gonna be the very best. She said, do it for me, boy. I said, bet. Swag, 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 nerdy. Swag, 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 nerdy. Swag, 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 nerdy. Swag, swag, nerdy. Swag.
All the money that I've had.
I didn't know what was happening.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to probably your new favorite show.
Probably. Maybe.
Possibly? Probably your new favorite show. I mean, that's why it's there, why the word is there, because it could be your new favorite show, but we don't like to go ahead and assume things about you.
But it probably is.
In this episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about some new stuff for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, so the new X-Men Apocalypse trailer dropped yesterday.
Dropped like a Tupac
like a
album.
hot mixtape.
Like the hottest,
Like super hot fire.
like the hottest mixtape of 2016.
Like
yo.
your boy Lil Young.
Lil MC Lil Young.
And then also the new Captain America Civil War trailer dropped today.
So awesome.
Today? Yeah.
I think X-Men dropped yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
And then Civil War dropped like early this morning, maybe even midnight. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just remember waking up in the middle of the night and seeing that it was on. So
I didn't find the X-Men one until I think it was yesterday evening, and I tagged you in it, and it was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah, that X-Men trailer. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll include links below to both of those trailers. It was awesome. I feel like all the gripes we had from the first time they released a trailer was pretty well resolved. Any of the things that I had any complaints about.
I'm really excited for it. At first, I didn't really care too much. Like I was planning on going to see it, but I didn't really care. I wasn't going to go to the midnight showing like I do most of these movies or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks a lot better than I thought it was going to.
I think they did Apocalypse a lot better for this too. I think because I think our big gripe was his voice. We didn't think that we didn't know if he was going to be able to change size and be huge, because he was huge.
Yeah.
And both of those, I like what they did with the voice. You seemed a little bit off put by the voice modulation they did.
There was one scene where it was just changing. It was
well, they had the different, kind of like they did in The Exorcist, where it had 3 different voices going at once.
But it was just that one part.
Yeah.
If it was him growing as he was talking, and the voice changing, then that would make a little bit more sense to me. But I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem bad. It just kind of put me off a little bit. It was a little weird.
I think it's gonna be cool. And we saw that he does grow huge. It kind of looked like he did in the first trailer we saw, but in this one, you see him massive, throwing Xavier all around.
Rita definitely threw that thing down and said, "Watch my monster grow."
Yeah,
and he did grow. So we know that Rita's confirmed to be in the movie.
I can't get over Olivia Munn. Olivia Munn is Bae. I think everyone has that list of celebrities that they have that free pass with.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is definitely at the top. Olivia Munn, though, and she's going to be an amazing Psylocke. She looks so good. So good. To be honest, though, if I had to pick, which would you say you're more excited about? X-Men or Civil War?
Civil War.
Yeah, I'd say. To be honest, and a lot of people disagree probably, but I just haven't been too fond of this new cast, new X-Men. I just really liked how they did the original ones that they did.
I like it. I think it's good. Honestly, I've liked these past X-Men movies more than I like the older ones, to be completely honest.
See, and I've been the opposite. I don't know what it is. I just can't get on with it. It just doesn't do it for me. I remember watching Days of Future Past. It was cool, but it's still, I just thought it was too much. I don't like connect with the characters in this like I did with the old ones. I like the actors. I like the other stuff that they're in, but I just haven't really been able to get that. Like, I feel like the character development isn't as strong as it was in the other ones.
Yeah.
And that may be because it was like the first time they had done an X-Men movie originally, but now, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying.
There's just one big thing I want to talk about, but I want to wait until we get there.
Well, why don't you steer this conversation in that direction?
Well, I feel like there's other things that we want to talk about. We want to talk about how the Blob's in it. He was kind of in that little short scene, like a cage fight, like a mutant cage fight.
Yep.
Nightcrawler's in it. I guess this takes place in the 80s. I guess it's like 10 years after Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Takes place. But I think it's a little weird because, like, Scott Summers' dad is what? Alex Summers in this movie? Isn't that his name?
I don't know.
I think that's his name. He's, what's his name? Yeah.
It's not like, no, it's not Adam. It's, Atomic Man? No.
No.
It's, God, what's his name?
I cannot remember.
I can't either. His character was in First Class, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was in, yeah.
I did not like First Class.
I liked First Class. But, yeah, I feel like they're too old to be their kids. You know what I mean? Unless that's not his dad and maybe that's his brother, because in the comics and in, like, the old, like, cartoons and stuff like that, he had a brother. But I think it was his little brother, so I don't know.
I wasn't... There's a gnat on my microphone. No, he flew away. He's going to bother me this whole time.
I took a shower right before this, so it's not me.
Oh, yeah? So did I.
We didn't shower together, though.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, you're right.
No, I like the young, if it is Scott's. Is that your point? Because I haven't followed much of the storyline for X-Men characters outside of, like, X-Men.
Right.
So are you saying that you don't think that that's Scott Summers, the Cyclops, or what are you saying?
No, it is. I think it's strange that his dad. I'm assuming it has to be his dad that was in First Class and Days of Future Past.
Oh, you're talking about the kid that they find in that's locked up where they.
No. In First Class, Alex Summers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He's supposed to be Cyclops' dad.
Yeah.
And this takes place in the 80s.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And he's already like a teenage kid, and he already has
saying.
powers and everything. I think that's a little weird. I hope they explain that in the movie. Maybe they make it to where it's like his brother or something. I don't know, but
maybe Days of Future Past kind of screwed the whole timeline.
That's true too. It could have messed up the timeline, I guess.
I like who they have playing him though. Scott Summers.
He looks good.
I like who they have playing Jubilee. I'm so excited to see what they do with Jubilee. Jubilee is the most like underrated like character ever. Like, people don't understand that her powers are more than just like shoots fireworks.
Yeah.
What she's doing is she's exploding molecules, and that it causes like light when they explode. So she can literally like go to somebody and go, and they would just disintegrate.
That's pretty cool.
That's what the power she has, but she doesn't do it that way. She just like, yo, I like fireworks. Put some fireworks on these hoes.
What if she uses her powers on fireworks? What happens? Black hole?
Yeah, it creates a singularity.
Instant black hole.
Instant black hole. But you come out with a really good complexion. It's a good exfoliant. Instant black hole.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, the way you said that made it sound like some kind of infomercial. Try our new instant black hole. Now, I like
great low price of $29.99.
But
wait, if you call now,
394 payments of $29.99.
But don't worry, you only have to make one payment because you will destroy everything.
I think Storm, who they
She
had
looks
playing,
good.
she looks so good, and I like the version of her that they're going with.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she's so bad with the mohawk and
It
the
looks pretty
lightning.
cool.
It looks so good. If you guys haven't seen it, please go watch it. Like, pause right now. Okay, cool. So now that you've watched it, if you watched it, otherwise you said screw you guys. I'm not gonna watch it right now. I'll go
And
watch
we just
it
had
later.
like a really awkward silence.
I just stared at the camera. No, I liked. So what is this thing you're trying to work towards? I feel like I'm trying to work through the whole storyline.
Wolverine, man.
Oh, okay. So you had made the comment that you wished that Civil War had done what Apocalypse has done to introduce that Wolverine will be in it.
Yeah, so they waited until the last trailer and then they showed his claws and then the trailer was over. They should have done that with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They should have waited until the absolute final trailer and then just shown something to allude to it.
Or even that scene that they used where it first introduced him was pretty cool. So if they had done that at the very last trailer,
I don't know. I think it
You
would
would've
have
liked
it
more
would have
of a
been a lot
teaser?
cooler if he grabbed the shield and then landed down and was just like, "I'm here." So it's like, yeah, he's here in the scene. He just showed up in the scene, but also to all the fans that have been waiting for him to come back to, or not to come back, but to come to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
He's letting everybody know that he's back. So
No,
I think that would have been a lot cooler.
I agree, and I did not. You said you kind of thought it was Wolverine when it showed all the bodies laying around.
Yeah, when you saw all those bodies, like all those soldiers laying around, and then it showed Scott Summers and Jean Grey, I was like, "There's no way they did that. They don't like just go around and straight up kill people."
I had no idea. I mean, I had like in like the back of my mind, I guess, like I don't know, like I wasn't like actively thinking about it. I was like in the back of my mind, I was probably like, yeah. When they said we had some help, I was like, oh, Wolverine. But then it showed me, and I was like, what?
Wolverine.
Wolverine's gonna be. Now I'm wondering because Hugh Jackman. Was he gonna be in this one? Because he said he was doing one more, and I didn't.
He
think
said he was gonna do one more
Wolverine. Okay.
Um,
Do you think that's going to be Old Man Logan? I really hope it is.
yeah, I think it's gonna be based off of it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to be exactly the same because almost like 85% of the characters they have in the comics they can't use in the movies anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't use the Hulk. You can't use.
I don't know unless
Who else was
unless this goes really well. Sony, given like I guess they licensed the rights to
Yeah, but
Marvel.
Fox isn't hurting.
Or that's what I meant. Fox.
They're not hurting as much as Sony was.
Wait, who? So Wolverine is under Fox, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Mhm.
Is Sony the one who has Spider-Man?
Sony has
That's
Spider-Man,
right.
yeah.
Okay, so
So-
Fox probably wouldn't let him.
Fox
man.
probably won't, unfortunately.
I don't know why. That would be so, like, I really hate it when like companies do that
Yeah.
because, like, I know it's all about like your money and like keeping it within your, but like you got to think of the fans. Like you got to think of the fact that us as fans want nothing more than to see like, because I remember reading the comics where like the Hulk and Wolverine fought,
Right.
and that was like a dope fight.
There's
man.
an animated movie like
yeah,
that too.
yeah. They have the Hulk versus Wolverine and the Hulk versus
and
Thor.
Thor, yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought it was like so dope. So I don't know why they're so hard on like not allowing. I mean, like because Sony, I think what they did was they retained all the rights to marketing, which is good because that's where they're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I mean, that means they get all the merchandise. That means they get. Merchandising. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, really, that's where the money comes in anyway.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, that's where
All the toys,
all
all
the.
the,
'Cause
games.
how many action figures did you buy as a kid?
So many.
So
I
many.
wish I still had them all.
I
They're
wish
probably
I
worth
had
a
'em.
fortune now.
Oh God, yeah. Especially, do you remember that line of they had those Batman action figures where they had like just like I don't know, hundreds of different suits for Batman, and you could buy all the different suited Batmans, and they all had the same head for the most part.
Yeah, but they were all different, like underwater Batman.
Yeah, dude, I had like so many of those. I loved those.
Those were awesome.
It was awesome. And then you had when the first Spider-Man came out, they had all the Spider-Man action figures. You had the one where he would crawl up the wall. He was on a little string thingy, and it would just stand there, but it would like go up the wall. It's not like the ones they have now.
The ones they have now are probably like actual like little people in costumes that are just running around.
You kids today spoiled with your toys and your Xboxes and your Facebooks.
Yeah, all your Facebooks
and your Twitters and
your 7 Facebooks.
Your 7 Facebooks. No, I think if Fox did that, that would just be because, I mean, I just can't picture Old Man Logan without it. And I feel like that'd be good. But yeah, I like that Wolverine is going to be an Apocalypse, especially because he's like Wolverine. Mm-hmm. He's the one who like... He's unstoppable. Unstoppable.
I think it would be cool if they do something like they did with the Hulk, where the Hulk is owned by Universal. So Marvel can't make any standalone Hulk films, but they can use the Hulk in their films.
Okay, so do you think maybe Universal and Fox could make?
I mean, I think maybe, but I also think it's Marvel has to green light for the Hulk to have a movie. So Universal can't just go make another one, but Marvel can't make one because it's still owned by Universal.
So they have to like be in agreement on it.
Yeah.
Because then I think I understand, because otherwise it'd like really throw off like
if so Universal they can make a Hulk movie that comes out and then it has nothing to do with
and it throws everybody off because to everybody else they're gonna be like, oh, it's a new Marvel movie, but it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. So I think they could do something like that with Wolverine after Old Man Logan. But it'd probably have to be after it, and they would have to recast Wolverine.
I really think that sucks though, because then you just have this awesome character like the Hulk who's just chilling in limbo because Marvel's not going to be like agreeing to make a Hulk movie until they feel it's time. And obviously I think the next step for Hulk is to do Planet Hulk.
Well, I think that's kind of what they're doing with Thor Ragnarok. I think they're going to start using other movies to kind of tell the Hulk story.
But I know their stigma is that all standalone Hulk movies they've done haven't done well.
Right.
But I think at this point they've got the right formula. They've got Mark Rutherford is an awesome Ruffalo. What did I say? Rutherford. Rutherford, isn't that a county here in Alabama?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's a county in Alabama. Yeah, Mark Rutherford County.
He sounds like some like rich prick.
Mr. Rutherford.
My name's Marcus Rutherford.
Mr. Rutherford. Mark Rutherford. Mark Ruffalo is
Mark Zuckerberg.
He's an awesome Bruce Wayne. It's Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne.
Guys, I'm about to have a heart attack if he messes up one more time.
I am just 2 out of 3 striking
Mark
out.
Ruffalo is a great Batman. Batman scene with the Terminator in the last Avengers movie.
The rich guy from South Alabama. You didn't know he played Bruce Wayne in the new Batman.
So great.
Okay, I've got one more shot and then I just need to stop. So I think Mark
I'm going to get up and leave next time this happens.
Mark Ruffalo
was
an awesome Hulk. And I think they figured out the formula with the Avengers because I think he's built enough of a just like credibility as that character, and the way they're portraying Hulk now has built enough credibility as like a favored character.
Yeah.
That I feel like if now, since these Avengers movies have been so big, if they were to do a standalone, I guarantee you so many people would be like, well, yeah, dude, the Hulk's been awesome in like the past 2 Avenger movies.
I think that's what they're going to end up doing after Spider-Man comes out, because now with the agreement that Marvel has with Sony, Sony gets to make standalone Spider-Man movies, but they have to consult with Marvel. So basically, is it Kevin Feige? Is he still over Marvel? He's pretty much the one that's like, you can do this, you cannot do this, and this, and this.
So basically, Marvel has, I wouldn't say the monopoly, but they have a controlling interest on these story arcs.
Yeah, so pretty much it's, even though Sony is still a huge company.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's Sony.
When it comes to Spider-Man, they're kind of a subset to Marvel.
That makes sense.
That's like the easiest way I could put it.
Yeah. But I like that because it makes it. I like it and I don't like it. I like it because, like I said, it makes it more, apparent for the fans what's going on. Because you had all these Spider-Man movies coming out, and then you had the Avengers, and everyone was like, "Oh, well, when are they going to come together?" So it'd be really weird for them now to just make a random Spider-Man movie, and then you're like, "But Spider-Man was also just in the Avengers.
Yeah.
I know it's a different guy, but."
Did you hear they confirmed Tony Stark to be in the new Spider-Man movie?
Really?
Yeah.
The Andrew Garfield? Is he going to be?
No, it's what's his name, Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Tobey Maguire? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm out.
Hey guys, welcome to Probably Your New Favorite Show. I'm Billy, and this is
Today we're doing it solo.
This is Hat Legs. You can't really see his hat.
This is Butthead.
Yeah, but you didn't have his hat in a way that you could. Is that a Batman mask on his butt? Hey, Bruce Banner, what's going on?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. I said that when we were watching The Walking Dead. I think we said that in the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Where the guy showed up.
Died.
No, it didn't. It's...
Oh.
Did you say my computer just died?
Yeah.
Caleb's one of the... Apparently Caleb has the understanding of a 2-year-old now.
Really? Because I know the difference between Batman and the Hulk.
Yeah, but you don't have an understanding between if something's asleep that it's not dead.
Why would it go to sleep while it's recording? Mine doesn't do that.
Because maybe mine likes to rest, okay? He likes to stay refreshed.
Mine's like the Energizer Buddy. It just keeps going. Ow. That hurt.
Anyhow, so I think if they made a standalone Hulk, it would do really well now, just because I feel like they've built up a good enough fan base, a strong
Only if they
character.
do Red Hulk.
He's
and he's in Civil War, but I don't think
I thought he was going to be in Ragnarok.
Who?
Red Hulk.
No, the Hulk is.
Okay. But
the Hulk's going to be in Ragnarok.
I thought Red Hulk was going to be in Ragnarok too.
No.
Isn't that
he might be,
I thought that
but
was
they
the
haven't said
episode we talked about.
that.
What did we talk about in that episode?
I don't know.
I didn't think the Hulk was going to even be... Is the Hulk going to be in... He's not going to be in Civil War.
The Hulk probably is not.
So why would the Red Hulk?
General Ross is going to be in Civil War. Yeah.
But he's not going to be in there as the Red Hulk, is he?
I don't think so. I mean, it could happen. There could be some sort of weird experiment.
But I thought we talked about in a previous
accident.
episode that Red Hulk was confirmed that he was going to be in Ragnarok.
No, Ross is going to be in Civil War.
Okay. Whatever. I don't even care anymore. I don't even like comic books now. You just ruined everything for me. I don't even care anymore. I don't even want to follow this stuff. It's whatever. You do.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching your last episode of Probably Your New Favorite Show.
Thank you for watching the last episode you'll ever see me alive in. I'm just gonna end all now. No. I think we veered away from Apocalypse really, really big just then, though.
Oh, I figured we just kind of segued into Civil War.
Well, I feel like I still have some more. Is this gonna be the last X-Men movie?
I don't think so. They might end up rebooting it after this. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if this is going to be the end of the... Because they...
No, you know what? No, I don't think so, because they have all these young characters, and I think they have them all young for a reason. I think they're going to do at least another trilogy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is we started off with the characters that we are now getting again, except for they're younger now. So it's...
I think it's just going to be these past 2 movies and then this movie coming out is kind of a reset in itself. So
I don't know, man. X-Men, to be honest, X-Men has a lot of... Which I feel like... I always hate it when people say this because it's like, who are you to say that? Nobody cares what you think about that. But for me, they have a lot to prove because it's just been so haphazard. It's been all over the place. I feel like there's just so much inconsistency. There's so much like I just can't connect with any of these characters because you had First Class come, and then you had what was the one after that? It was
Days of Future Past.
Was it Days of Future Past was the one right after that?
Mm-hmm.
So in that one they included all the old characters. And
I
then,
think,
and
right?
Then, I think was there not one in between it?
I don't think so.
I thought there was like wasn't there?
No, it was Days of Future Past.
Was it the second one?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have Apocalypse now.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's been like so all over the place, and I feel like I don't have a full feel for these characters. I mean, especially with Days of Future Past, it came in and just kind of like threw a like cog in the timeline, and now like
I think they probably did that on purpose. I think that was actually a smart move, to be honest, because it definitely saved them from all the bad movies like X-Men Origins Wolverine. And
yeah,
then
but
also,
that was
it opens the door for them to do whatever they want.
But Origins Wolverine was essentially its own film. It didn't really tie in fully with the rest of them. It was just an origin film.
It did because it showed some of the characters younger, and then also it showed
you know what?
Professor X.
I think that's where I was confused. I think I remember seeing a young Scott Summers and Jubilee in those cages in X-Men Origins.
Well, it was Jubilee in that too.
Yeah, like you know how he walks in that room and there's all those kids in the cages.
Yeah.
I think that's what I thought was in First Class when I was thinking about it, and that's why I was confused.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I just like I said with this movie, they've got a lot to prove to me just because for me to be back on board personally, because it's just been like so all over the place. These characters, the development's just been like for me, I thought Xavier was supposed to be the young Xavier was crippled again already. I thought he was already crippled from X-Men First Class, and then he wasn't crippled in Days of Futures Past, and then now
but he was.
And now he's going to be crippled again? No, he was walking around and everything.
But that's because he took some drug that would it took away his like mutant powers, but it gave him the ability to walk.
Which didn't make any sense to me.
And then in this one, he's in a wheelchair, but it also looked like he was standing up trying to punch Apocalypse. And then he threw him into that beam, and it looked like it broke his back all over again. So
see,
I don't know what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying. It's too all over the place. They have too much going on that doesn't make sense.
But it's possible that Days of Future Past kind of messed that up to where he never had his back broken. And maybe now
they just reset the timeline?
Maybe.
Well, they didn't make that clear to me then.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, the movie isn't out yet, so who knows?
No, I mean, like, X-Men Days of Future Past didn't make anything clear to me. I had no idea what was coming next. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, by the time it was done, I was like, so what does this mean? Like I
basically all it meant was that Jean Grey was still alive.
But that was like all it was. It was so basically it was like, oh, so all of these other movies were for nothing at this point because now everything is just like completely. I feel like doing that is just like that's the whole thing with time travel. Is I feel like if you're gonna do time travel, you have to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have so many people who are like fans of Doctor Who. But that's because they were like kept it really simple with the concept of Doctor Who, and is that he's a Time Lord and he is reincarnated. So that way, all you have to say is, oh well, the reason why this is a new Doctor in this series, but it continues on, is because reincarnation. So I feel like with this one, it was just
I've never watched Doctor Who, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's basically I've watched like a few, but that's like basically the concept of Doctor Who. But with this, like. I feel like they did time travel, and then even in the middle of like combining the two storylines to fight, I was like, so wait, it still seemed like they like, you know, like what's the word I'm looking for? It looked like they just kind of like swept under the rug some of the stuff that had already happened in the first trilogy, even with those characters that they included. So it felt like, I don't know, it just felt weird. This movie's gonna have to be like super solid for me to just be back on board with X-Men at all.
Yeah, I feel you.
Rant over. I
cannot hold this pen in my hand for more than 5 seconds.
Why don't you just set the pen down, Caleb?
I can't. It's a part of me now.
Because then you can't. We are legion. We are one. Yeah, no, I think... So with that being said, I like... Do you think characters like Deadpool will have any chance of being included in, because comic book wise, Deadpool and Wolverine have always had kind of a back and forth.
I think Wolverine will be in the next Deadpool movie.
You think so? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a lot more. Just like, I know you have the different production companies and stuff, but I'd like to see.
Well, that's all
more.
Fox. Deadpool is Fox as well.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So they could do it.
Because I remember that was the biggest thing, is that, you know, Wolverine could regenerate and all that stuff. Yeah. So then it became like a thing between him and Deadpool, where Deadpool...
And Deadpool, the movie, which actually just came out today on DVD. We need to go get it and watch it.
Wait, that movie's already out?
It just came out today.
No, I mean, like, when did it come out in theaters? So I'd like to see that. I'd like to see a lot more done with that. What was that? I think Marvel wise, because with the way the Avengers is going, they're working towards the Ultimate Avengers, is what it looks like with all these characters. And Wolverine was in the Ultimate Avengers. So I'd like to eventually see Wolverine on screen as part of the Avengers.
That'd be nice. Batman was my favorite Avenger, though.
It's not funny when you do it.
Oh, okay.
So, in the new X-Men, the new Civil War,
Get your title straight,
dude,
man.
I'm just so screwed up today. I don't know what's going on, man. It's like that one thing with Mark Rutherford just really screwed me up.
I'm gonna have a stroke.
So, in Civil War, the new trailer, they had more TV spot for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is...
That was pretty cool.
That was awesome. He busts through the window and kicks Falcon
through a wall,
like the hell out of the way.
He is gone. He is out of the movie,
and completely.
You don't see him again.
If you're in the theater, he'll bust through the wall and just be sitting there in the theater with you. That's how hard he kicked him. He broke the fourth wall.
Yeah.
No, and then and then you have Bucky goes to try to Winter Soldier goes to try to punch him, right? And he catches the fist. And as he's pulling it out of the way, he goes, "Dude, you have a metal arm? That is so cool."
I think Spider-Man in this movie is going to be a lot like Ant-Man in this movie, where they're both just complete fanboys.
Oh, yeah.
Of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just kind of like, this is awesome. Like Ant-Man in that one scene with Captain America is just fumbling over his words, super nervous.
He's like, "Dude, it's Captain
and
America."
Then Spider-Man's like a kid, and he just comes and he's like, "Oh, Spidey, since someone's trying to punch me, grabs me. Oh, this is cool. You have a metal arm?"
Well,
just kind of moving his arm everywhere.
Yeah.
The same arm that caught Captain America's shield in the last movie.
Which, that scene with Captain America grabbing that helicopter and the building and just
yeah, that was cool.
I was like, whew.
Have you seen some of the B-roll footage that's been released on YouTube? Oh, that's a stunt he actually did. Chris Evans actually did that. I'm not joking. It wasn't an actual helicopter,
yeah.
But the whole thing of him doing that, he actually did that.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Was it on a building?
It was on a set. I don't think it was on top of an actual building, but it was a set. I'd like to show it to you.
I'd like to see
it. Was
that.
really cool.
I like traditionally Spider-Man's always been a bit of a wisecracker. Mm-hmm. He's been comic relief a lot. And I don't think they did that super well. They definitely didn't do it with Tobey Maguire. And they didn't really pull it off super well with Andrew Garfield.
They tried, though, with Andrew Garfield. The whole small knives thing.
Yeah. But this is, with this one, I feel like Andrew Garfield was just too classy to be a wisecracking Spider-Man. I mean, he was an awesome Spider-Man, but he was just he wasn't...
He was a little too sarcastic.
He was more. It more sounded like smart ass, he was being but instead of being zany and funny. But I like that he'll obviously be the comic relief. But with characters like Ant-Man and stuff, these storylines now coming together, mm-hmm. What do you think the possibility is for some of those other characters from the other movies, like coming into this one. Like I really like that T.I. was in the Ant-Man movie, because I love T.I. He's good. And so what do you think the possibility for these?
I don't think they'll be in.
You don't think they'll have any kind of cameo?
If they're in Civil War, it's just going to be like that one scene where Captain America comes up to Paul Rudd and it's just like, "Hey, I need your help."
Yeah.
And then his friends are like, just sitting there like, "What?"
Well, that's
that'll be it.
But I'd like that though, because I feel like that causes a lot more. It makes the universe a little bit more cohesive.
Yeah.
To like include these small characters into it, like the fact that they've never even had Jane Foster in any of it at all.
Apparently Natalie Portman.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
Jane Foster anymore.
That's official. She's no longer gonna be.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what they're gonna do with the character. It's not just that she's not Jane Foster. It's just that now Jane Foster won't be in the movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do with her character. They've confirmed a new female lead who will be, and they're thinking that she's going to be Valkyrie.
Oh, in the new Thor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be, I guess she'll become the new love interest.
She'll be something.
She'll be something.
She'll be something.
But I'd like to see more of that, those like small characters in there. I like Black Panther. So
he's so awesome.
Well, to my understanding,
he looks so awesome.
They're not going to do his origin story. He's not getting a solo film for like another 3-4 years. I think it's like 2019.
Probably.
Maybe 2020.
2016. Yeah, probably 17 or 18 or 19. Probably. Yeah.
So he's not getting one for a few years. So I'm wondering, how do you think they'll touch on his backstory? Because if you really like look at Black Panther, has like one of the dopest origin stories.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope they don't do an origin story in it. Like, origin stories have become such a thing now that it's just gotten boring.
Well, I don't want a full origin story, but for a character like Black Panther who's never been in a movie, they've never even made like a movie. He's never been in a TV show. He's just a character who's always just been a comic book character.
Well, he's been in TV shows. He's been in cartoons.
But I mean, like live action.
Yeah,
We've never seen a live action Black Panther, so I feel like he's one of those characters who really like needs some kind of like. Cause
I think it's gonna be kind of like, I guess kind of like Wonder Woman and Batman vs Superman, where he's just kind of like, well, I guess not really, because in Avengers 2 they were in Wakanda and they kind of messed up a bunch of stuff, and I think he's coming in to be like.
Wait, when were they in Wakanda?
They were in Wakanda in Age of Ultron.
When?
When they got the vibranium. When the twins were there.
Yeah.
And then Claw.
Yeah.
Guy got his hand cut off. That was all in Wakanda. And then Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was in Wakanda as well.
I got to watch Age of. I only watched Age of Ultron.
Or it may not
once.
have been in Wakanda, but it was in
some kind of area.
It was in that area.
Well, I mean, the dude owns
nearby city.
The dude owns an entire country, so
yeah.
I mean, there's
there's
a good area that he could have been involved in. That's the other thing, is like, you have like these billionaires like Tony Stark, who owns an entire like industry. You have Bruce Wayne, who owns an entire, not saying like Marvel strictly.
Yeah.
And then you have a character like Black Panther, who his like net worth, this dude owns like an entire country. He runs a country. This dude's like the richest guy, and not only that, he's a badass superhero.
Yep.
So I just think he's like, as soon as I heard that they were gonna actually, because I remember they were gonna do originally, before they got Spider-Man, they were gonna do Black Panther was gonna be like the catalyst for Civil War. He was gonna be like the tipping point, and now that they were able to get Spider-Man,
I just wish they. Never mind.
What?
I was just thinking, I wish they would put the Defenders in the movie.
Well, that's what my big, because I think we talked about this last episode, about like them eventually. I feel like now would be a good time for them to start at least cameoing, or
I think they're gonna
alluding
wait.
to.
I think they're gonna wait until Infinity War, because there's supposed to be 68. There's 68 confirmed Marvel characters in it, and.
Well, I think that they need to start alluding to it, because right now you already have all this stuff going on Daredevil, and you already have like all that stuff where in Jessica Jones they're already talking about like superpowered people, about like the big green man,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. They're already, and then in Daredevil, they're already talking about like, you know, how these vigilantes need to be held accountable and stuff like that. So I feel like they're already hitting a point that kind of ties in with where the movie's at right now.
Yeah.
So I think this is where they need to start alluding to that.
I think they will. Oh, you're talking about in the movies alluding to them.
Yeah, to these small time superheroes.
There might be some small little news report on the television saying something about Daredevil or something.
Just bringing up
That'd be
like
pretty
a
cool.
newscast, a little Easter egg that says something about Hell's Kitchen,
Yeah.
or like this like turn up in Hell's Kitchen of these turn up of these vigilantes. Hold on. Yeah, I think we're hitting a good point to really start tying these stories. So the movies in between, we get Civil War, and then we have
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange comes out in November,
Yeah.
I believe, and then
That's going to completely change the whole universe.
and I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for it because Doctor Strange is one of my favorite characters. He's like just so, like, because that turns. So far, we've just had like superheroes and aliens and stuff, and then you're gonna introduce magic.
Yep. They're putting a universe together pretty nicely. They have just a little bit of everything.
And see, a lot of people think that like, you know, the superhero movie thing is burning out. It's over. It's run its course. But the thing is I hope that's not the case. I hope people still keep, because there's so much more of the universe that they need to build up before we have this like on screen like perfect embodiment of what the Marvel universe is. And it's like, so you had said that they've already confirmed a Phase 4.
Yeah.
So we have Civil War, we have Doctor Strange. What comes before Infinity Wars? We have another Ant-Man.
I don't think that comes before Infinity Wars Part 1, though. I think that comes in the middle of Part 1 and 2.
Okay, so what do we have? But we have
Actually, I may be wrong on that.
we have Ragnarok
Yeah, Ragnarok comes out next year,
next year.
I think.
And then we have I don't know, is Black Panther going to be before Infinity Wars? I feel like there's like a bunch they're going to put in before Infinity Wars, and then Infinity Wars is going to be. By the way, I just
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming comes out next year.
Okay. Is that going to be with the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Iron Man's going to be in it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You said that.
Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
And then February of 2018 is Black Panther. And then Infinity War Part 1. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp. Captain Marvel.
Yes, I'm
And
so
then
excited for that.
2019's Infinity Wars Part 2. And then this site I'm looking at has Inhumans, but they actually just took off a release date for it. So they're either pushing it back or canceling it.
I think they're pushing it back to push forward some of these films.
Yeah.
So Scarlet Witch, I just thought about this. Doctor Strange is going to be a real like opening up to that magical realm of the universe. But Scarlet Witch, that scene where she's fighting Vision and she just completely owns him. Did you see that?
Yeah, and where he just kind of falls down.
Falls down and she's just like I'm a witch. That's because all witches make those noises, obviously. Yeah. No. So I think that's gonna be cool because obviously then with the introduction of Doctor Strange in the magic realm, then we can start seeing Ra's al Ghul in the last.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
And then eventually Superman, because everyone knows Superman is vulnerable to So I think a big thing I was getting to was Infinity Wars is the big thing next, the end of Phase 3. What do you think is going to come after Phase 3? What do you think the next big thing?
Probably Phase 4.
Well, oh my God, I hate you too. I do not like you.
I don't know. It could be a big reboot. Who knows?
Well, who's a large villain you would like to see them?
After Thanos?
Yeah, so obviously Unicron from Transformers is going to come in, and Optimus Prime is going to...
I really want them to do a, what is it, Dark Avengers? Would be awesome. They can do that now.
Go on.
They have Spider-Man, so they can have Norman Osborn, who's the Iron Patriot. Mm-hmm. They could do that now. That would be awesome.
You know, they were actually alluding to a while ago doing the Iron Patriot.
Well, they had Iron Patriot in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which I bet they're kind of kicking themselves now.
That they didn't do anything with it?
No, that they did have Iron Patriot in it.
Because it was too soon?
Because it was War Machine. It wasn't Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Man,
but
a Dark Avengers would be awesome.
But they never called him the Iron Patriot.
I think they did.
Did they? I don't remember them calling him Iron Patriot.
I think they did, but it was like the exact suit.
It looked exactly like him. But that doesn't mean anything. That means Norman Osborn could still be like, yeah, I want to be the Iron Patriot.
Yeah, they could do it.
I think, who's another big hitter I would like them to have? So
Red Hulk.
You have Thanos. I think the next big thing to do would to have Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. Yeah. I think World War Hulk would be the big thing to do. I think that should be Phase 4.
Yeah.
Because I think they're already...
Oh, and Marvel Avengers versus Zombies.
Actually, that was a real thing, so that would be...
That would be. I don't think they'll ever do it, but that would be awesome.
If they want to do Phase 5 and just end it all, that would be the way to do it. Marvel...
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
I think World War Hulk would be just... Because that was just like Infinity Wars. That was everybody. Mm-hmm. I mean, that would be... And how cool of a storyline would that be to do Planet Hulk? Because then it's just like his own standalone, but there's just so much they could do with it.
Yeah, kind of like Captain America Civil War. How it's like pretty much Avengers 2.5.
Yeah. And I think the idea I see if they were to do Planet Hulk would be kind of like a lot of people get flack to that John Carter movie.
Oh, yeah. That was a good movie.
I loved it.
It was pretty good.
So it could be... They could honestly do it like that.
Yeah.
It'd be like that, and you have the Hulk. And if you guys haven't watched Planet Hulk, they have an animated film of Planet Hulk.
It was pretty good, and it had Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, and
that would be cool, too.
And Beta Ray Bill is my favorite Thor. Because he's an alien with a horse head.
What is it? Stormbringer is his weapon?
Is that the hammer he has?
Storm something? I think it's Stormbringer.
That's another thing they could do. If they wanted to do a sidebar, they could do the Thor core.
Yeah.
They could do the Thor core.
They could do Secret Wars. Which is kind of something that I think it's still going on now in the comics. I don't think it's finished yet.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You guys go ahead and comment below and tell us what big story arcs you'd like to see them do after Infinity Wars, because Infinity Wars is coming soon.
I want to see a Thunderbolts movie and then like a Dark Avengers movie, or make that one movie.
I want to see the Thundercats come in and hey, real talk though, you know they are making like they're like in the works of a Thundercats movie.
Really?
Because they're working on He-Man right now, and they were like, yeah, let's do a Thundercats movie too.
And Power Rangers, they're doing a Power Rangers.
Yep, they got a Power Rangers.
They just cast Arita.
I think they talked about doing a crossover with G.I. Joe and Transformers.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they're all Hasbro. G.I. Joe and Transformers?
I guess they could do it, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
What do you guys want to see them do? I mean, because
what's a weird crossover you guys would want to see? I would really like... There was talks of them doing a Men in Black and 21 Jump Street crossover. That would be so funny.
But it's not going to be Agent J or Agent K.
Right.
It's just like... So, 23 Jump Street is going to... It's supposed to be like an alien thing. Mm-hmm. Alien drugs. And they're going to encounter the Men in Black. Which is a strange crossover, but I feel like it could also be really funny.
I think it would be really funny.
Really funny. I'd like to see G.I. Joe and Transformers, because I feel like they could take the special... but they'd have to be... Because G.I. Joe has had a lot lighter tone than Transformers.
Yeah.
Transformers, the next step is doing Prime. So I feel like they could do a Cybertron movie. I feel like they could do so much. They're working towards introducing, like, with multiverses and stuff, since they've already kind of introduced multiverses.
For what?
I feel like they could do a crossover, because DC and Marvel in the past had crossovers.
Yeah, they had, what is it, amalgam? I don't know how to say that word. Where they had, was it Dark Claw, who was like Batman and Wolverine put together? Have you seen those? Have you read those? It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that'll be really cool stuff to do. So yeah, guys, comment below and tell us what you'd like to see. Any kind of crossovers? What future you see for the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Yeah, and check out the links to those previews below.
I'd like to see John Cena versus the DC Universe.
John Cena. I'd like a live action version of the episode of John Cena meets Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
I think they should just go ahead and bring John Cena into the Marvel Universe.
Just as John Cena.
As John Cena. And then he's the reason he beats Thanos. Sorry,
just
guys.
Solved it, guys.
I just spoiled the ending for Infinity War. Sorry, guys.
What would you do? Just hang on real quick. What would you do if towards the end
I know what you're gonna say.
Towards the end of the Avengers, Thanos is like killing everyone. Like everyone is dead. He has like Iron Man in his hand, and then Iron Man's like, I got one more trick up my sleeve. And then Thanos is like, yeah, whatever, and takes his faceplate off. And
He goes, you haven't beaten us yet. He goes, look around you. And he goes, I still got one more trick. Yeah, what's that? I have him, and his name is John Cena. And then he comes flying out of the sky.
And they're in space at this point.
It would be 100% divided.
He's flying through the air and punches an asteroid and keeps flying over.
It would be so divided because half the people would be like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with this decade-long build-up.
I'd be pretty mad, actually.
And then a lot of people would be really mad.
Have you seen that?
That's so dope.
Sorry.
So, guys, thank you for tuning into this episode of probably your new favorite share. Yeah, go ahead and comment below anything you guys would like to see, crossovers, stuff like that. Anything that we haven't talked about that you want us to talk about. Anything you want us to watch that we haven't watched. And
how much of an idiot Billy is.
That's probably going to be like the now we're going to, that's. Hey.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
I don't know.